If you'd like to sponsor Still Got Game, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. Hey now, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Still Got Game, episode 407. Still Got Game is the official podcast of tooltoplay.com. I am, as always, Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I'm Roger Hitman Roken.
And I'm James Yacht Dog Yacht.
And Selden burned the shit out of himself tonight, and he's not here, so you got a threefer. So that's what he gets. He fucked up. So there's three of us. But
Selden, you're a pussy, Selden. I almost died today and I made it.
Yeah. Selden's got a little burn. Had to run out to the store, get some burn cream. So, yeah. Selden, that's only the start of your burns with all the sick burns we're going to talk about week after week when you missed this show, the post E3 show. So it's your own fault. But on that, we'll just hop in the show proper. And for those of you in chat right now, if you want to discuss something, just post it in chat and we'll try to bring it up. But other than that, we'll just jump into the mailbag for feedback and questions from 2 weeks ago's show because Hit was too busy winning some basketball. And remember, if you want to leave us a voicemail, it will cut you off after a minute. GR8ON3 comments. First, you were correct on the pronunciation of Great One. Yeah, I refuse to say it again. Thanks. You were all pretty quick to dismiss my Patreon guest host idea, but you could always spend a few hours Skyping with the person before letting them on the show. That way you'd know they weren't going to ruin the show.
Okay, let me field that one. Okay, I know this keeps coming up.
I'm going to be mean, so you go ahead.
Yeah. Let me field this one. Let me be as nice as possible, okay? I've had previous positions that I worked at. We've had people that have interviewed for jobs that were fantastic, but then you got them in and they were like nutball city. So not to say a few hours of Skype wouldn't be a good thing, but trust me, a few hours of Skype is... People can just be crazy at the last minute, and you're just like, "What is going on, you freak show?" Like, we would love to have people on the show. It's just not a good idea. If we already have Derek here. That's as far as we need.
Yeah.
I don't know who said the idea last week. I think it's a good idea. Just hang out and chat more often. Like, spend some FaceTime with us so we get to know you and trust you. Build that relationship, and then we'll have you on the show. It can't be you show up, we do one call, and then you put you on. Like, there needs to be like a vetting system.
Yeah, I don't even want to spend 3 hours on Skype with you. No offense, but like, I don't have the time to spend 3 hours to vet someone on Skype. Like
a prime example is Blue. If Blue's always at our shows every week, he's always like tweeting us and like messaging us. He's always in chat. If you ever wanted to come on, ask a question, no hesitation at all. Like, we know who he is. He's been around for a while. We'll have him on for sure. But like, you're just random Joe Schmo. We don't know who you are. Like, it's not gonna happen right away. It's there's a trust period that we need to go through. Yeah.
Even if you're paying us on Patreon, it's not worth us the editing hell to fix a show that has someone come on and completely derail the show is not worth it. Like, and maybe you're not that guy. Maybe you honestly just want to come on and be like, "Hey guys, it's great to be on. I love your show, and I just wanted to ask, what is your best parts of E3?" Like, yeah, maybe that's all you want to do, and maybe that would be cool. But like, there's at the same time, there's some dick that would be Baba Booey, Howard Stern. Like you just don't know what you're gonna get. You know what I mean? So, sorry, we err on the side of caution. Also, I don't have an extra 3 hours to spend on Skype vetting someone.
Like Hit said, I would say the best way is you come here on the Monday night shows, you're in chat, you hang out, you come to our individual live streams, you get to know us as streamers as well as that people. I mean, if we end up modding you in our channel, then we would trust you probably to be on the show. Like Blue, if he has to be asked to be modded on the show, we would mod him, no problem, because we've known Blue for a long time. He's always here. So that's we have to have a rapport with you first before we actually let you come on and be a dumbass like the rest of us. So
Yep. All right. Ken P comments. I'm a little sad that we won't be getting a 3+ hour E3 podcast where you cover each and everything That's not even a good sentence. Each and everything from the show and parties. All right, that's Ken P. That sentence could have used a little work. You should have edited that, but I'll continue on anyway. Hopefully, you will still have some E3 content in this episode. Yeah, it's not going to be 3 hours. We did not. I'm not going to give you the complete play-by-play of we went to this and then went to the bathroom and then ate this food and went to this party and saw these people. And no, it's not that. But we will talk some E3 stuff.
And we filmed it in the bathroom like a big idiot.
No.
I mean, what?
Dr. Shit Respect. Yeah, I call him Shit Respect Hit. That's right. He's a piece of shit. End of story.
I forgot all about that story.
I know, I did too, until Yant reminded me, and then I hated him all over again. So yeah, NP, it's not our traditional episode, but it's an episode, and we'll talk some E3 stuff. So sorry. All right, VG Nerd 1998 comments. I just discovered your podcast after it was recommended to me by Podstack. Consider me a new subscriber and fan. So when I got this comment, I didn't even know what Podstack was. But so then I Googled it because I tried podstack.com and that's not it. It was podstack.io. And it was like some podcast search engine where like you tell it the podcast that you listen to and it suggests others. So I'm glad that we get suggested there. That's good. Yant is on the sun over there. Looking
I'm trying
good.
to fix my.
Got quite the suntan, Yant.
Yeah,
looking good. Looking good.
I came back from vacation. That's why we didn't really have a show last week. Yeah, look at me.
Yeah. For those of you not watching the video, Yant is on the surface of the sun. He's red. Yep, he fucked up. He shouldn't have done whatever he did. But VG Nerd, if nothing else, thank you for introducing me to Podstack. I might use that for my own podcast searching. And I am glad that we are a podcast that gets recommended to video game podcast fans. And if you don't mind letting us know, what were the podcasts that you told Podstack that you listened to that gave them us as your recommendation? So please let us know, and we'll talk about that next week. All right. LTS asks, how do you think Sony's absence from E3 affected the show overall? Do you think it also impacted attendance by the general public? Do you think Sony will be back next year, or do you feel like they were just testing the waters?
No, who wants to go on that one?
If you want to jump first, you jump.
I think Sony's absence was definitely felt by more developers not showing up. Like there was a large number of people that didn't show up. I think that was directly affected by them. Like if Sony wasn't going to be there, then why should they? I also think that a lot of the games being shown there were a direct effect of Sony and Xbox's new consoles coming out next year. Felt like it was a very not safe event, but like they were definitely holding things back. Like prime example is Halo. Like they barely showed any gameplay from that, and it's a launch title for the next console. So like
we saw the opening cinematic.
Yeah,
basically.
Like, and I saw a lot of people on social media complaining, like, "Fuck, man, we got another fucking stupid trailer instead of actual gameplay." I feel like a lot of games are like that. You know, scratch away like the big guns that showed up in that, like Doom and Borderlands and like all the big games that are coming out this year. But it seemed very.
That was my biggest thing.
It was very tame, very tame E3. I think. I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh, and obviously Sony will be back next year. PlayStation 5, you know, they'll be there. I don't think this was testing waters. I think this is what, like I said before, they weren't gonna announce PlayStation 5. They had nothing to show, so like, why even go to the event? Like, it made sense why they weren't there. It just doesn't make sense why they're making a PlayStation 5 so quickly, but whatever. We'll see. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I completely agree with all that hit. I think they were definitely missed at the show. I think it definitely took away from a lot of the show. I feel like people were like, well, Sony's not coming. Why do we need even Microsoft? Like, they had a few good little surprises, but I feel like they didn't bring their full, like, you know, we're competing right now against somebody.
Yeah.
We own the show this year. So what it kind of
Yeah.
felt like. So we could just kind of do what we want to do and then kind of slide through and whatever. Because I felt like I was underwhelmed completely. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm excited about a lot of the game stuff, but it just seemed like, I mean, I was on vacation, but I was still watching it on my phone when I had free time, and I was just like, okay, I've seen all this stuff. Like, there's nothing new you're showing me. That's even when I'm not a Sony fan, but even when Sony's there, I feel like, oh, cool, I can see a new game.
Yeah.
Release a new game to a trailer. It was like kind of a surprise. I like the surprise games that get me excited about what might be able to come out sometime, in the next couple of years. But
No, there were still some good. Like I know what you're saying. It's kind of like when you have like a work softball league and the other team comes and they don't have enough players to field it, so you won, but then you're like, oh, we'll play a game anyway, and you're gonna win and you don't have to play full force or whatever. But I still think they're like one of those games at the Microsoft press conference, the one that was kind of like Groundhog Day of the murder thing, where like they kept coming back and. That game, I didn't know anything about that, and that seems kind of cool. Like, I'd play the shit out of that. That looked like a good kind of puzzler game where, like, it's more of, like, trial and error until you win the game, basically, is what it looked like. But there were a couple surprises. But
it got like 2 minutes or 12 minutes or something?
Yeah,
like
12
that?
minutes, I think it was called,
yeah.
Which I assume is the length of the game if you actually complete it.
Yeah.
But probably takes you hours and hours and hours to complete what amounts to a 12-minute segment of game. So,
but it wasn't a aha game. It wasn't a game.
It was innovative. It was different. It
wasn't a game like like they announced like it actually showed gameplay to Halo or some new. I like last year we were all excited about Anthem, which was a disappointment, but we won't go into that. But we were excited about it because we were seeing stuff. So we were actually, seeing that new game for the first time. Like, there was no games like that this year. We knew about Borderlands 3, which was a big jump. We knew about Halo Infinity. I mean, I could go through the whole list of a bunch of games, but we knew about all of them. There was
the Scarlet stuff was good.
Yeah, but it's not a game. It was it's
it was a hard
subject. And even then, let's admit it. We'll talk about it later, but we probably saw that coming.
Yeah, we did. Yes. All right. But actually, you know what? I'm going to go against Hit on this one. I actually think when Sony does their own thing now and they do their own little thing this year, if it works out well for them, I actually think that maybe they might stick with doing their own event.
No, you know why I say they won't do their own event? Is because they're also being held up by third party. Like there weren't any third party games for PlayStation 5 shown this year. Like those were all held back. Yeah. Like they need the third party guys to also show off their games. And I just don't see them holding that stuff back for Sony's own event. Like it doesn't incentivize them. Like they want to do it at an E3. They want to do it at a big show like this.
But if Sony's show becomes a big show for Sony, then it's you get the same like if Microsoft had taken their press show and it wasn't at E3 and they had the Cyberpunk thing with Keanu Reeves coming out, it would have still had just as huge an impact on gaming news media, whether it was at E3 or at some Microsoft X event or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
E3's at a weird convergence right now.
Yeah.
I think they need to do something, and I think this is, and I won't say this ever again, Smooth is right. I think opening to the general public was probably a bad idea. I think it needs to be, because that's why SEMA is not, if anybody knows, car guys know what SEMA is. It's a huge car convention, but you can't get in unless you're a specific, in the industry, you are in the media for car stuff, or you are a awesome builder for cars and building a car. Like, you have to be specifically to the industry. They don't let anybody Joe Schmo. Like, I would love to go, but I love cars, but I can't go. It should be the same thing at E3. It should make a little bit more exclusivity because, I mean, really, what is it adding having all these plebs now coming to the event? I mean, what is adding? Because you've seen a downtrend the last 2 years. Even adding those people, it's actually gone less and less. And now Sony's gone. Well, And none of that, Activision wasn't there. So
well, Activision wasn't there the last couple of years, but yeah.
Yeah, but
so,
that's what I'm saying. Like, so there's still like there's something there, so they need to figure that out.
Well, I think the ESA is trying to figure out what E3 is at this point, because E3 originally started as a show for buyers. So what would happen is all the game developers and publishers would be there, and they would go and pitch their game to these stores when there were physical copies, and they'd like, oh, and that's why it's in June, because they're pitching for the holiday, and they're like, well, this holiday you're going to want,
my game,
X number of copies of this game to stock your store shelves, and blah blah blah. And then things started moving more digital, and that's when E3 moved more press, and then it became a press centric show where buyers were the lesser portion of it. And then things went streaming and online. You can watch all the press conferences. You don't need someone to write up what happened at E3 because you can watch it yourself. And then ESA was like, well, let's bring in normies then, because now there's going to be less press coverage, and we're cutting down on press credentials. Like the first year we covered E3, or one of the first years for Tool to Play, we had 11 press credentials for that. Then it became hard for us to get 3 years later. Like they kind of boxed themselves out of this, and now they're boxing themselves into a consumer show, and we already have PAX and PAX West and PAX East and PAX South, and
that's what I was about to say. Like, they're just another convention. I mean, they have all these other PAX. I mean, think about it. I mean, there's a few Twitch streamers that I don't want to mention, but they have a convention down in Florida, because I don't want to promote them because they're not paying me for it, so I'm not going to promote them. But they have a big convention down in Florida that's going to be going on in a couple weeks. They're becoming into that convention because, like, you're just another meetup at this point, unless you find the exclusivity, something that makes you draw people to the event. I think that it's not going to be. Doe says and 60,000 people watch the event live on Mixer. Yeah, that's our point. Like, what's the point of going?
Yeah, this year, because this is like one of the rare years we missed E3, and I watched it in 4K on Mixer on my Xbox on a big 85-inch TV. Like, yeah.
Why do you think? I mean, why do you think that Nintendo doesn't go anymore? They just do their live events because they just do the little treehouse, and then they do their live event, which is fine for them. Which Sony could probably do the same thing. They could do a smaller booth to highlight some of their fantastic game, like a couple of their fantastic games, so you can actually play it on site. And then they could do a live event like that, like Nintendo does, because they were doing it anyways. They were literally having their thanks for the sparks. They were literally having their things streamed in all kinds of theaters. That's how I watched the Sony event. For the last couple of years, I watched it in a theater with some friends. So I just think that them not being there is a big impact, but E3 needs to figure out what they want to do for, and I know Microsoft's always going to be there because, it's an article later. Phil Spencer's part of the E3 thing.
Yeah, he's been part of it for a while, yeah.
So, I mean, that's the reason why they're always going to be there. But
if
they don't figure out how to bring Sony back, and next year bring Google actually because obviously Google's going to get in the mix here. So we're going to have to see what this is going to go all about. It's the landscape of gaming is changing right now. And if E3 wants to be the pillar of that as the show, they need to do more than what they're doing.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Well, any of you have awesome questions like this, give us a call, 773-527-2961, or emails at podcast@tooltoplay.com. And on that, why don't we hop on over to what we're playing? What have you been playing this week?
Man, I haven't really been playing much, actually. With the Raptors being in the playoffs,
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, world champions.
Nice.
World champions, even though I almost got killed today at the parade. I haven't been playing much. Just a little bit of Sea of Thieves. I logged in to get that Halo cosmetic stuff that they were doing.
I wanted it so badly.
I was mainly just more watching gaming stuff this week. With the E3 and the press conferences and stuff. So very, very, very light gaming. Oh, and golf battle, of course. Lots of golf battle.
Oh, I see you on there all the time.
All the time.
Yep. All the time. You just missed Roger. Get on and challenge him now. I was like,
You know,
sorry.
I hate that stupid notification. Like,
I know.
most people just log in and play a game or two and then log off, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not enough time to be like, oh, so and so's on. And
Yeah.
even if they are on, like, what are you gonna do? Like, all you
Well,
can do is challenge
We're gonna do
people.
that
Blue the
stupid
other day
challenge.
challenged me. I was at work playing. It was like the last hour, and I was like, I'm bored. Somebody to play the golf battle. Blue actually challenged me, and I was playing with him at work.
Like,
for a
why
little while.
can't you go into
Heck,
matchmaking with your friends? Like, I don't understand that. Like,
Well, put
challenging
some
people for
feedback on
nothing.
the App Store. Put some feedback on the App Store.
That's
how you
true. That's
change
true.
things,
That's true.
you know?
I should.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we can talk to them and maybe get them as
Yeah.
a sponsor.
No, maybe. Who knows? See? We'll try. We'll try. All right, Yant, what have you been playing this week?
Okay, so you guys are gonna be disappointed. So I was on vacation, everybody. So I haven't been playing a lot because I didn't have any Xbox or anything, because I was on the beach. But I did play some Pogo, so because I was in a different location where I could actually catch some Pokemon, which was still boring because it was just okay. It was boring. But you're gonna hate me for this. I was playing some Clash of Clans.
Oh my God! What the fuck happened to you?
I know.
What? Hold on. Wait. What?
Yeah, it's like Selden
Let's
Jr.
move on to the
over
next
here.
game I was playing, because I can only play app games because I only had my phone with me, so I was just downloading games just for the fun of it.
You should pick up a games case and bring your Xbox with you.
I
Highly
was
recommended.
family. It doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't work that way. I did play some Sniper 3D though, app game. It was fun. I like that.
Don't know
'cause
if any of
blowing
these,
stuff.
none of these things are good. You're turning into Selden.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would
pretty
just
much
stop
it,
while
though.
you're behind. Yes.
Yeah,
Good.
well,
Good.
well,
That's it.
Pretty much. That was it.
Ah.
I was on the beach. What am I supposed to do? Like, I'm not gonna
Uh.
play my Xbox when I'm on the beach half the day, and in the
Alright.
pool the other half, and then go on eating lobster and crab and stuff the rest of the week. I'm not
Fair enough.
playing video games.
Alright. Fair enough. All right. Well, I actually played some games this week. I played
Games
some-
that you can talk about?
Yes. Well, I left off the one I can't talk about because you guys always give me shit. But
But that's the one
So-
we want to know about.
So I played some Borderlands 2. So Tiff and I went and we and Mr. GBMS, we went and hooked up old 360s and uploaded our old Borderlands 2 saves, and then brought them into Borderlands 2 on the Xbox One and downloaded the 4K texture packs and everything else. And the game looks great, plays great. It took a little bit to get back used to, and like I was telling Yant, it was like past D-Smooth, left future D-Smooth some clues by starring certain weapons, because I would have had no fucking clue what was good or what was bad or what I had, but at least there were some hints in there to my future self of what I should do. But it's fun, and I can't wait to play some more this week. I played a little bit more Tetris 99. Obviously played some Golf Battle, lots of Pokemon Go. There were a couple events the last 2 weeks since we didn't have a show. And my game of choice when I just have a few spare minutes is Toon Blast. It's
You didn't
effortless.
fly to Chicago to do the Go Fest?
No, but a bunch of our people from our local Discord, we had like 4 or 5 people that are out in Chicago this week. And one of the guys posted a screenshot. He's like 4 pages of that exclusive Pokemon. So I'm sure that...
I think that's cool, but that's the other part of the reason why I quit, because like if you start rotating cities instead of going to stupid Chicago all the time, like go
Wow,
to
what's your-
Boston,
What's your problem with
Go-
Chicago? That's where we did our
go to-
Chicago LAN all the time.
go to Orlando, like it should rotate. I mean, come on, go to some of the major cities, like go to San Diego sometime. Like you should have planned it on the E3 weekend. I think how cool that would have been. Like E3 exclusives. Like, come on, Niantic, give me a break.
Chicago's in the middle of the country. Everybody can get to it. That's why we chose it for the lands. Like it's
I
a
get
cheap
it.
flight for
I get
everyone.
I get it, but
No,
there's
we
still,
chose
like,
Chicago because Duty lives there.
Well, that was part of it, but it was also cheap for everybody because there was a while where it was going to be in Vegas, and that was not as popular among some
I
people.
mean, I get it. It's hard to do land parties, and
Yeah.
but these are different. I mean, are you kidding me? Those people are going to show up. It doesn't matter if it's Chicago or not. They're going to show up anywhere,
Mm.
as long as it's not like in somewhere in Montana. Like, then
Mm.
they'd be like, nope, not going to that. But if
Yeah.
you go to a major city like Atlanta, Orlando, Boston, New York City one time, people would go. San
Yeah.
Diego, like Phoenix, Arizona, like come on.
Isn't Chicago like a $20 flight for you, and you don't go?
don't go because I don't play Pokemon Go
Oh,
anymore.
well, yeah, sure. Get off my lawn. Yes.
No, I don't play for various reasons, but that's part of it.
Yes. All right. Well, I guess on that, why don't we quickly hop through the new releases that no one cares about? First new release out this week is Bloodstained: Ritual of the Night. This is out for some shit. All the things. It's basically it's kind of like the spiritual successor to Castlevania, but I have no interest. Either of you guys?
I didn't even care. I didn't even know it's coming out. So no.
Sorry, I zoned out there. What?
Bloodstained: Ritual of the Night.
Yeah, no, not happening.
The Castlevania. No. Yep. No. All right. The other new release out this week is Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. This is it's remasters of some and new levels to some old Crash games, plus a whole bunch of Crash content, plus all this other stuff. Like, a lot of people like the Crash racing games better than they like the Mario Kart games, but
this sounds like a Zelda game.
oh, yeah.
Every game that's crappy sounds like a Zelda.
Yeah. It's not for me. I do like Crash Team Racing. I did back in the day, but I have no plans on picking this up. So, all right. Well, that covers the new releases. So on that, why don't we hop on over into gaming news? So who wants to take the first story?
I'll go first.
All right.
Dang it.
Microsoft's Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2 arrives November 4th. This is from The Verge. So at E3, during the press conference, Microsoft announced their new version of the Elite, which seems greatly improved from the old version. Basically, everything that was wrong with the old one, they fixed. Like, literally.
And they added new shit too.
Like, literally everything they fixed.
The only thing really wrong with the old one, besides the rubbers,
bumpers?
is the bumpers. Do you think they actually fixed that?
There's no doubt.
They said they built it up from the ground up, and it has a completely different mechanism, like button press mechanism.
Because the mechanism should be one long plastic string across.
No, this is
two
definitely
individual bumpers. Yeah,
this is definitely redone from the ground up.
I hope so.
The rechargeable battery, USB-C. They finally put Bluetooth in it, so you can use it.
Yeah, that was huge. I was like, as soon as they said Bluetooth, I was like, it's about freaking time, Microsoft. Where you been with that?
Fine tuning the
tension of the knobs with it comes with a little mini tool to tighten the tension.
The grip all over the controller now.
Now you can actually do a custom programming. I mean, the old one you could do two. But the custom programming this time seems a lot better than
Now you have 3 different presets besides the original. Plus, you can assign a key to be a shift key to give each button a second control. So, you could hold in one of the paddles underneath, and then all the buttons become something different, which is insane. So,
I think they're getting to that PC realm here. I mean, they're trying to make it more compatible. I think they're really shifting that direction.
I'll tell you, before the press conference was over, Tiff and I each pre-ordered one of these. So.
Awesome.
Yep. So we got 2 coming on November 4th.
I'm gonna pre-order, but just not yet. It's not up in Canada yet either, so I'm just waiting.
Oh, even on the Xbox store?
We do. They just don't have it in yet. It's not. It's not in their system for some reason. At least I haven't checked in a couple days, but yeah, it usually works out like that up here. So I'm just waiting.
I'm pretty stoked about it though. I need a new controller right now, and
same here.
I love this bad boy, and I can't wait to replace him with a new, better bad boy.
I love mine too, but all the rubber components came off the outside, so it sucks to hold on to now.
Well, my sticks are the ones that are just fucked.
No,
that's the biggest issue I have with mine is that these things.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see, you see how they jiggle.
Oh yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm not even moving them. This is just default. These things are so jiggly. It's crazy. And then the bumpers are kind of fucked. And man.
Yeah, I've broken so many bumpers on this. This is now my 3rd set of bumpers, and these I cannibalized from Tiff's controller that she broke something else on. So I took apart her Elite when she was finally done with it and put them in mine. But
I also look like, I think the new one, it looks like the bumpers on the bottom or the paddles on the bottom look a little bit better than the old ones. thought
not
of it a little
not
bit
as lanky, so you're gonna bump them all the time when you're.
Yeah, it looks like they were a little more thought
Yeah.
out. It's like that
Yeah.
big, the long one. I'll never put that one on there.
No,
because
that thing's
just
it's the way that I spaz with a controller in my hand. I was hitting that shit all the fucking time. So yeah. But no, yeah, I'm pumped for that. So yeah, like I said, we ordered 2, and can't wait. And the price is down too, because the original one was $199 or $250, right? What was the original?
I think
it was either
it was 200 or 250. It was $79.
Yeah, $179.
No, you guys are wrong.
Well, you're talking Canadian.
It's the same price.
No, the original was not $179.
Yeah, it was the price of 3 controllers.
Okay, I feel like it was either 200 or 250 here in the States.
$60 times 3, 180. Yeah, it's the same price.
Okay, so
I mean, maybe someone could fact check that for us, but I'm pretty sure.
People are in chat are saying 150, so I think it's probably around there. So
okay.
Yeah, because I remember I was like trying to justify it.
Yeah, they're all saying
this is like
150.
3 controllers worth.
So it's more expensive than the original, but it's way better. So
Right.
fuck it. Like I don't know. I spend so much
Joe,
money.
thanks,
stuff.
guys.
It doesn't matter how much it costs. I'll just buy it. Whatever. Like I said, we already bought 2.
Throwing money at the screen already.
And if they had already offered pre-orders for Scarlet, we would order 2 of those already. So it doesn't matter.
The one weird thing about this announcement is there's still no support for what's that stupid service they called? The labs, the where you customize the colors and.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that's because these are not that. This isn't that kind of thing because the Xbox Labs for controllers.
That's it, Xbox Labs. That's it.
That's like they're making 100 of every part in some shitty color and they're just combining them. This is such a niche item at $180 that you can't make, thousands and thousands of the front part and thousands of the grip and that it's just
this is to compete with stuff and all the rest of those custom controller third-party controllers.
Or like my badass
Microsoft's
C40.
trying to keep it in-house. You know?
Yeah, you can't do custom colors on these. It's just, there's not enough market base. Like think of all the people that buy replacement $35 Xbox controllers for the ones they smash after playing Dark Souls or whatever. Like people buy those things like they're water. So I don't know. Yeah, you can't do custom of these, and I have no problem with that. It looks fucking sexy as a motherfucker. I'd fucking lick that thing and kiss it and make sweet love.
All right.
All right. Moving on. Next story.
Well, I was going to talk about the E3 is better than Sony and Activision, but we already kind of talked about that. The only note I'll say there is it was cool that Phil Spencer was I think it's part of the reason because he's on the he's on the E3 panel, so he's part of it. So, but I can see it from his standpoint. It's probably disappointing because he's all right, well, we didn't have any challenges this year. I mean, we want to bring our A game, and we want Sony to bring their A game, so we can kind of, make a better show, but also make the industry better too. Yeah. So
the story that Jan's talking about, the actual title is E3 is better with Sony and Activision and it's a direct quote from Phil Spencer. So whether he has, whether it's a personal thing for him or not, for everybody, it's better if Sony and Activision are there.
He has a couple notes in here. He talked about since the recent, he calls it the one recent threat was the World Health Organization designating gaming disorder as a recognized disease. It's like I said, it's convergence right now going on in the gaming world. So he wants to recognize it's just a bunch of kids playing the video games in their mom's and dad's basement. It's a bunch of adults playing in their mom and dad's basement.
Yeah.
No, he's trying to make it more of a recognized. And like I said, if they don't change the show, that's get them back is what they need to do. They need to figure that out. So,
yep. I agree. It was way better with him, way worse without him. I'll take one. Okay. Avengers game character designs won't change even after massive E3 backlash, Dev says. So this came out of the Square Enix press conference. They showed off the most highly anticipated Avengers game of all time. By all means, it should have been amazing. They showed off the voice cast for the game, and it's the who's who of voice actors for video games. But
game looking crap.
they didn't want to
Looks so bad.
shell out the fee to get the likenesses of the movie characters. So you got fucking fat Captain America and like no,
It looked so bad. I was
Yeah,
like so disappointed. I was like
the
interested in playing it, but I was like, no.
the characters look terrible and they don't sound like Nolan North could do the correct voice from the movie. They all could. They're voice actors, but instead Square Enix phoned this in, and I think this is going to be detrimental to this game that could have been fucking amazing. I don't know.
Am I wrong? Did they show gameplay? Because I only saw the trailer stuff that they showed during the press conference, and that wasn't really gameplay. Like that was just like
I think that is the gameplay.
Yeah,
like,
I think it was a little bit of gameplay, but
there was no
not
HUD or anything. It was just like snippets of like
The
third
talking
person
parts, yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's part. I think that's the only part of the gameplay they showed. Yes, where Tony Stark didn't look like Tony Stark, and Captain America had a beer belly, and yeah, it looked pretty
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, and then they went to the room of all their voice cast, and you're like, oh my god, it's fucking Nolan North, it's fucking him, it's fucking like they have everybody. Why not pay whatever the license is for the likenesses and make them look like that? Like. I think this game is going to backfire on them personally because I was super interested, and then once I saw it, now I am not 100%. I'm not picking this up.
I heard it was coming and I was interested, and then I saw it and I'm like, nope, no, thank you. I'm not. It's not worth my time.
You're as big a Marvel fan as I am. What are your? Are you going to pick this up, or now you're out too?
No, it wasn't really. Even when they announced it, I was like, I wasn't really expecting much out of this game, to be honest. And then seeing the trailer and stuff, I was like, yeah, this is okay. Like the characters look kind of weird, but whatever. It just, I didn't see enough gameplay to sell me on it, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get this. I don't think so.
That's
If I had to wager something now, I'd said I probably wouldn't get it.
triple pass. I'm
maybe.
jumping. I'm jumping on another story then before you
Maybe
guys go.
maybe like Games of Gold or something. I might play this, but
Yeah, if it costs
I
you
don't think
nothing.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna pay.
I would
fucking
play this for free, maybe, and even then, it's still a maybe.
Game Pass, something like I'm not gonna pay $70 Canadian for this. This is ridiculous. No.
Fair enough. All right. LG launches the first IPS gaming displays with 1 millisecond response time, and these are also G-Sync. That is insane to get to 1 millisecond response. You're a PC gamer by majority most of the time. Can you even imagine a display with 1 millisecond response time?
Sorry, what story are we talking about?
The LG launches the first IPS gaming displays with 1 millisecond response time.
So I had a 1080p 1 millisecond response time monitor, 144 hertz. I mean, it was good.
4K.
I mean, mine wasn't 4K, but
The HDR is what.
like that.
No,
It sounds expensive. Like
It does, yeah. And there were not prices discussed in this, but
I feel like it's about time. Like I feel like I feel like we're not getting it, but we should have got it a long time ago. Like this should not have been something that's like in the news now. TV technology has advanced so much in the last 5 years. Like this shouldn't be a thing all of a sudden. This should have been the norm by now. To be honest with you, is how I feel about it. You know, I think it feels like it should be a standard thing, especially with a monitor. It should be a standard thing. Like I got 2 monitors here, and they're 2 milliseconds, 144 hertz monitors. So like, I don't understand. They're HDR too, so I don't understand. Like, why is this a big deal? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it is a big deal, but it shouldn't have been something like happening now through LG. They should have had that a long time ago. Like,
yeah, they probably all should have, but they all, as soon as you put G-Sync in there, you have to double the price of your monitor.
So I don't know if I ever told you guys this. I recently got a new monitor. I got the crazy fucking Samsung 4K 144.
Oh no,
it's 4 millisecond, and this thing's crazy expensive. And I got it on a deal, and it's still crazy expensive.
Yeah.
And Like that was the only reason why I got it. Like I was eyeing that monitor for like over a year, and the moment I saw the price go down, I was like, sweet, I'm gonna get it. It was kind of like a treat for myself, but I can't imagine how much this LG thing's gonna cost.
I
Like
know.
when was it
Yeah.
that they announced the TVs with G-Sync and
Oh
gaming
yeah,
options? Like, and those ones are crazy expensive
yeah,
too. Like
yeah.
I don't know if this is too early for them because I don't see a lot of people buying the monitor that I have. As far as I know, there's two um, gaming 4K high-end monitors on the market. It's Asus's and Acer's,
Yep.
and I just can't I can't see there being a third in this market. Like it's already
Well,
heavily overpriced.
it's all because of G-Sync.
Right,
Like that's
right.
what ruins everything.
Yeah, it's
Like
true.
if everybody was FreeSync and nobody had to pay Nvidia back their percentage. And Nvidia's isn't a flat fee. It's based on the price of your display. So the better your display gets, the more you have to pay Nvidia. So the more you have to charge the end customer for the display. So it's like a self-fuck filling prophecy. Like the better your shit, the more you have to pay, the more you have to charge. End of story. So I blame Nvidia for this. And I love Nvidia, so don't get me wrong, but it's their fault.
Sponsor us. And
Yeah. Actually, Nvidia was a sponsor way back in 2006. Yeah, they were a sponsor briefly. So, yeah, yeah. All right. You want a story?
sure. I don't know. We talked about a few of these already.
Yeah, like
Let's go ahead. And Yeah.
how do we scratch stuff out so like we don't like I can't tell which one we've talked about already.
So if you just highlight it and then you go up to the top and uh you pick format and then you pick text and then strike through, it strikes it
Oh,
through.
okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
great.
so let's talk about this one. Might as well, since we should talk about it with the controller. So Xbox One successor, Project Scarlet, slated for holidays 2020. So if you're into gaming and you heard about this, this is probably the only really, besides a
Mhm.
few things, there's only really biggest news coming out that Microsoft's like, hey, we got a console too at the PlayStation, by the way. We're not missing the buck here. So what do you guys think about that? I mean, without reading the story,
That's
given just what do you think about that first off? Like,
it is. This thing is baller.
Hold on.
Fucking.
Which story is this? Sorry.
This is
I'm off
the
my game tonight, folks. I'm sorry.
yeah. Hit
Okay.
had
highlight
some
that one
Okay.
right there.
All right, cool.
hit,
Thank you.
hit had some issues today at the Raptors parade, but he's alive and he's
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about the Project Scarlet. So
Oh,
4K,
no, AK, no?
no 4K 120, 8K, X frames. Who knows? Everything.
30.
Ultra high speed SSD.
Yeah.
Like this thing is
So,
fucking.
but yeah, so without reading the story and like, I mean, you've already read it. So, but what do you think about that? What do you think about like Microsoft's releasing? They're both releasing a console already. Like,
It's
Oh,
not
they
already.
have to. They
It's
have
not
to.
already. We've had these things for so fucking long. I want a new console. I wanted one last year.
I don't think we need a new console though.
I
no,
always want a new console because when consoles get released, they're not as powerful as my PC.
that's what I want them to do. I want them to come out with something that's more interchangeable that we can upgrade to like a PC. I think that's what they need to go to. I mean, Microsoft's already on that vergence right now. If we even bring in the Google portion of it now, okay, they're already on that convergence now to where like Microsoft is literally going, you can buy it on Xbox and PC and you can play it anywhere. Like at that point, you're like, okay, well, if I can play it anywhere, then I'm going to just maybe go buy it. If I can spend an extra $400, I'm going to go buy myself a nice gaming PC and play on that, play with my friends. Like,
I don't think people are going to say that because their friends are on Xbox. Like, no matter what you D-bags say, most of your friends are still on
if I can play
Xbox.
cosplay anywhere and I can play with
I
kids
have badass
you.
PCs in front of me here. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a biased person, but I know most of my friends are on Xbox, and that's where I'll play.
So I don't know.
Like even
I
when
like it.
this
I
new
think it's
console
awesome.
comes out, like it's still gonna be
obsolete.
It's still gonna be underpowered. Like when Halo Infinite will come out for this console, and I'm still gonna play it on PC because my PC's still better.
Are
Like,
you doing 4K 120 frames a second right now?
yeah, I am. I'm 144. Like
Mm.
it's like I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I will get this thing. It sounds cool. I'm a little worried that maybe they showed a little bit of their cards too much, and Sony has the
Well, no,
opportunity
Sony
to
already
counter.
showed their cards, and they're like, "Your card's blue. Here's our big fucking uncut dick, blam," and fucking whipped it on the table.
It doesn't feel like they really announced anything though. Like Sony, I mean, like when they announced their thing, it was just like a passing by kind of story. It wasn't like something like this where they came out and like this is what we're doing and this is what it's gonna have, but we're not gonna tell you everything. But here's the important parts.
Mm, I
Joe
thought-
says in chat HDMI 2.4 specs, and he also says by 2021 there'll be an Xbox app on the PC to make it an Xbox. Well, it's technically
that doesn't surprise me either.
Yeah, I
That's,
mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like Xbox feel like they're already pushing. Like why
Well, with
go
the xCloud stuff, you'll be able to play on your phone or on your PC.
Yeah,
so
so I don't know why they're just not pushing it to why they're doing consoles anymore. If they're going to
Because-
compete with Google, then they're going to have to literally go to the
because
cloud.
you need consoles. Not every Joe Public wants to buy our
Much as the consoles are,
$2,500
$500,
PCs.
$600 PC that could run these games perfectly fine without going on online stuff.
No, it's still an entirely different ballgame. You can buy a console for $500 that you would to get that same experience on a PC. You're in for $2,500. It's a better experience. Don't get me wrong, but that's kind of how you have to do it. You have to make something for the masses.
And Joe in chat agrees with you too. Kind of that's so. There's people that literally won't buy touch PCs because they'll buy a console.
Mhm.
Like people that are Mac people that probably they'll gladly go at a console, but they won't buy a PC because they already got their Mac. So I can see it, but I just feel like the convergence is there.
The convergence is never going to be there. It's never going to be there. Some people are controller people. Some people think that if they're playing with people with a keyboard,
there's no state there. You can still play your controller on your PC.
Yeah, but then you're a douche, because if you're playing a PC game with a controller against someone with keyboard and mouse, you might as well have a sign on your back that says "kick me," because you're a douche. You don't belong there.
Do you want to go talk about Snipe Down, who was on Final Boss and they won the Halo Championship? He plays controller on PC all the time. And there's several other people that I know that are really good gamers that play controller on PC because they've so muscle memory there that they're used to that. That's what they do. They still play some PC games that way. I get it.
I think Hit would deny this as well. Like,
What?
no serious PC player is playing with controller on PC unless they're playing a for fun game like Sea of Thieves or a racing game or a sports game.
right,
Hit.
right,
Yeah.
100%.
Wait, no. The look
Hundo.
on his face, I don't think he completely agrees with you.
No, because until he said Sea of Thieves, I was like, yeah, Sea of Thieves, racing, and sports. Yeah, that's pretty much where I use controller on PC. Everything else is mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, otherwise you're just an idiot. Like, why would you ever use a controller when you can pinpoint accuracy with a device that literally lets you pinpoint something versus like steering with a I can't even describe it. It's like driving your car with a beer keg in the back and you're tilting a beer keg to move your car. It's not the same thing.
Example. That's a horrible example.
All right. It's the best I could come up with.
Move on. We get
Yes.
you. You got it.
All right. Who wants next story? Hit. We're bringing you back in the show by giving you a story. Take one.
Well, actually, it's kind of leading into the new console. It's the xCloud to complement video game hardware, not replace it. So I hadn't really seen much on xCloud, Project xCloud, right?
It might be, yeah.
Probably.
I haven't
Knowing
seen much
Microsoft
about it. Like,
is.
I just heard about it here and there. Apparently,
But you saw it at the press conference.
yeah,
right?
like this is supposed to go hand in hand with the new console. And then the one thing that put me over was the video that I saw of somebody playing like Forza on their phone with a Xbox controller, which also, by the
Yes,
way,
yeah.
they just
The
announced.
That's in
Bluetooth.
the
Yeah,
picture.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, sorry, my little doggy. Um, it looked amazing. Like I'm actually kind
Yeah.
of pumped about this, but it also
Yeah.
makes me wonder, will I even need a PC anymore after this? Like, I don't know. Like this, it looked really, really cool. Like I start seeing in my head, like, hey, I can play fucking Sea of Thieves from work now
Yeah.
on my iPhone.
And,
Oh
With-
my
and the
God.
and the best part of it is you don't need to pay them for their servers because as long as you have the Xbox, it can be your your server for all this XCloud stuff. So you can be your own XCloud server.
right, right. Which I think I might start using. So yeah, I don't know. This is kind of interesting. I kind of want to see where it goes. I also secretly just want them to win over Google. Like fuck Google.
Yeah. Nobody likes Google
Right.
except for Selden, and good thing he's not here.
So we'll see how this goes, but this xCloud thing could be big. We'll see. I wonder what data rates are like. I've done the Destiny 1 on PS4 through a Vita
Yeah,
from
yeah,
work.
I did that too.
I
Yeah.
played an hour and I used up a gig and a half of data, and it was
But-
not a enjoyable
But why
experience.
weren't you on Wi-Fi at work?
We don't have Wi-Fi.
Okay, yeah.
But even then, like still, like it still worked. Like it was
Yeah.
just
Canada
it was
has
still a
like
little
Wi-
bit of an input lag, and I didn't really like the input lag, especially in a game like Destiny. But maybe this will be better.
No, I did that with the Vita myself, but I did it on Wi-Fi.
Right, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was there still input lag though? I feel like there was.
No, there was none on Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay.
No. But that was the
Like
thing about
Wi-Fi
that place,
in the same house or Wi-Fi in somewhere else?
Wi-Fi somewhere else.
Oh,
But
okay,
then
okay,
again,
okay.
I have super fast internet, and work always had super fast internet. So, and I was in the same state, so.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
Google's own Amazon is a leader in servers. Microsoft's actually smaller, according to Doe in chat. And this guy's got a lot of information.
Oh,
Doe, we
yeah.
like having you here, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate it in chat. I love the responses, dude. Yeah, that's probably true. Google owns the internet. Microsoft's just borrowing it with their software and hardware.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
really, that's what's happening here.
kind of true.
Microsoft's that's what they should do. They should do a they don't have to converge. Just do a handhold. Like, okay, Microsoft, we're game with your console and your PC.
Mhm.
Let's play nicey. We won't do a cloud service gaming service. You do something with us, and then we'll kind of we'll play nicey. We'll do some better stuff for you in the search zone or something. I don't know, something.
Yeah. Some
Because-
quid pro quo.
Yeah,
Quid pro
something.
quo, Clarice. Yes. Yeah.
Capone.
Yeah. I don't know. I have the highest hopes, but I guess we'll see.
I think it's a good thing. It's another one of those things where, to your point, there, Smooth, is that this cloud service is definitely going to keep consoles around a lot longer.
Oh yeah, especially where your console is your server and you can play your games on your console wherever and it doesn't cost you anything extra. Fucking baller. All right, I'm gonna pick a story I hate because I hate this because I am an OG from the beta.
No. Is this another battle royale thing?
No.
Oh, okay, good. All right.
Xbox Live ID numbers let
Oh.
you choose a gamer tag that's already taken. Fuck these pieces of shit.
Yeah,
I was
it's
D-Smooth since the fucking beta. Like, this should not be a thing. Like, because you missed out, if you have to add numbers on, add them to your fucking gamer tag. Like right now, like D-Smooth 696969 or all these other douchebags. Like, I was there from day one. I got D-Smooth. No one else deserves it.
I think that they shouldn't be able to do that. I think, like you said there, but I also think if it's not being used, then you can recycle them. Okay, if it's not being used,
I
by
was
somebody.
always fine with that. But yeah, this is like letting people take your tag and
Because now you're gonna have 30 douchebag 101s out there. Like, we don't want 30 douchebag 101s out
No.
there. We want one douchebag 101.
and you be douchebag 102, 103. Yeah.
We
Like, just
want
add the number
that
to your
guy out
gamer tag. Don't just tag a pound sign
Yeah.
like BattleNet did it differently, and theirs was always part of your name. But this is like they're making in such a small font to the next to your gamertag, making this person look like they're D Smooth, but they're not. I'm D Smooth since beta. I'm fucking D Smooth. No one else is D Smooth. Fuck you. Like I hate this so much. Hitman. Now he could have been real Hitman, but he was I6 Hitman because of his bros, his squad of 6. We're all bros. We're gonna put I6 in front. But like he could have actually probably been Hitman at the time, but he made a judgment error. But he doesn't want I6 Hitman hashtag 69. My judgment error,
I put a 7 at the end of mine because that's my favorite number. So
I want to use this this new thing because I don't want to be I6 Hitman anymore. I just want to be Hitman. I think I'm or Hit. Like I think everyone sees
so
me as those two. So
people have the gamer tag they want.
I can see from a branding standpoint for you, Hit. I could see that. You know, for
like I've had I6 Hitman forever, but like I kind of wanted to make a change. Like I wanted to rebrand a little bit, but I can't change my gamer tag because the most famous Hitman is this fucking video game guy, and they're not giving that up. And this could be a way for me to get that. So, I'm all for this. So
what it boils down to is if you have a good gamer tag that you got early, then you hate it. If someone has the gamer tag that you want and now you can get it, you love it.
See, like I've changed my gamer tag. I don't know if you guys have it. I've changed my gamer tag once, and then I ended up switching it back to my original.
What did you change it to?
This was back in Halo Reach days when I was competing with Styles, Clutch, and Royal.
Yep.
We had a team called.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
F.
I do remember.
Stupid name. It was some dumb name.
Yeah.
FTC or FCH 50 cal something like it was dumb. It was
dumb. Super dumb. Yeah,
I think Styles named us stupid Styles.
Yeah.
But stupid. I just like when I switched it back, I was like, what do people know me as? And like I'm still known as I6 Hitman, so I just went back to it.
I call you Hit all the time. I call you Roger.
I mean, like if I could, I would have switched it to that. But like everyone still knows me as I6. I just went back to it, but I would change it if given the chance, and this might be it for me. So we'll see.
All right.
I like mine. I don't know if nobody ever steals it, but you know, it's funny to me because like I know Smooth can relate to this. People pronounce my name in game when they're trying to chat with me because they're pronouncing it wrong every single time.
Yount.
Yeah, or if I chat in somebody's channel, they're like, Ute dog. Like, it's just funny to me at this point. So, but I like my gamer tag. I've always liked my gamer tag. I know it's not like the D Smooth or the Hitman, but I like my gamer tag. I've been happy with it. So, but didn't somebody just spoof it now? I don't like that.
Yeah. Well, that's how I feel like, because when I go in a game and I'm against, like Hit had a buddy named Smooth something, and I called him Fake Smooth.
Oh yes, because, Smooth.
I would not refer to him anything but Fake Smooth. Like Fake Smooth. What's up? Because I'm the D Smooth motherfucker. Fuck you. You're Fake Smooth.
No, you're D Smooth. He's just smooth. Like
whatever. I called him Fake Smooth every time, and Mike Scott, GBMS, called him Fake Smooth over and over and over too, because he was Fake Smooth. Because people call me Smooth. They don't call me D Smooth all the time. It's too long. Like Smooth. And then so he was Fake Smooth. But I don't know. I find this kind of cheesing out. Like I liked how it was exclusive, but I don't know. Like if you're gonna tack a number on the end, make them tack a number on the end of the thing. Be D Smooth 1989 or whatever. But
you're not actually gonna see the number, right? Like
right? No, you see it in a super small font in a different color after the gamer tag with a pound sign between it.
Like Discord? Like you can kind of see it at the bottom left corner of Discord.
Like Discord, or
but that's the only time you see it.
Yeah. That's the same way it's going to show up.
All right, I guess.
But it's definitely not like you're.
That's it. I'm switching mine to D Smooth.
That would be. That would actually be super funny. If we went to play one night.
No. I won't change it completely to D Smooth. I'll just say YD Smooth. That's what I'll just change it to that.
But yeah, it's definitely a weird change. I was not pleased with it because I like being D Smooth, and D Rough is my other gamer tag. Like one time he was Secret D Smooth when Duty and I and Sub Z were playing, and we didn't want to play and ruin our Halo levels, so we created secret accounts. So I was Secret D Smooth, he was Secret Duty, he was Secret Sub Z, but then eventually I decided just to make him D Rough. So I have D Smooth and D Rough. Nobody has those. But if anyone else gets them, they have a stupid hashtag and a number after them. So fuck those guys. Fake.
Yes, even Capone thinks the same thing. Like, hey, yeah, don't steal our gamer tags. That's not cool. But it happens all the time. I mean, it's funny watching Twitch or Mixer, like people come into your channels and then they like not my channel because I'm not the guy, but the top streamers, watching them and like people come in like I'm the Yacht Dog 7, not the gamer, donated to me. I'm like, really? You're gonna make that your thing and come into my channel? Like you don't have your own name you could make it. So, but.
Yeah, it's sad. Sad.
By the way, what's up, Capone? My boy Bruno.
Bruno in the house.
Almost died today, Bruno. Fucking almost died today, man. Me and Celeste. Anyway.
All right. We're not gonna cover Selden's fucking Stadia story. Fuck him. He's not here. No one cares about Stadia. So I guess the last one we're going to talk is E3 2019 saw fewer attendees than last year.
Did we do the Lego Star Wars one?
No surprise. Oh, we can do Lego Star Wars too.
No, I don't give a fuck about that. I was just wondering.
Yeah.
It's
just a Lego game. Like, I mean, it's.
I actually can't. I can't. Like, I haven't played a Lego game in so long. After playing like the first 10 to 100%, this one Tiff and I are picking up and going to 100%. So.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting this one so I can, 100% with the kids. But it's not a thing that I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, it's my major game I'm playing. It's a Lego game. It's what I'll say. It's just a Lego game. It's gonna be fun.
All right. Well, if any of you have news stories you want us to talk about next week, give us a call, 773-527-2961. Email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. You can also comment on this episode's thread on the Tool to Play homepage. And sponsors! Remember, by supporting us, you can help us out. Sponsor us, 773-527-2961. Email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. You tell us what you're selling. We'll tell us you're going to pay us. We'll sell it. You pay us. Boom. Done. Twitter us up. You can find everything Tool to Play related at twitter.com/Tool to Play. Everything podcast related at twitter.com/still_got_game. I, King of the Internet, got everything to fucking holy. I'm at twitter.com/Derek Nolan.
I am at twitter.com/i6hitman.
I'm at twitter.com/James A. Yont.
Facebook the fuck out of me. Facebook.com/Tool to Play and Facebook.com/Derek Nolan. These guys don't even know how to Facebook. We got a YouTube channel, YouTube.com/Tool to Play. That is where we put all of our archive video content, whether it's episodes of this show, Hits Quick Hits, Tiff's immature interviews, Selden's Dick Cam show. Any of these things, they all show up on our YouTube channel. So go to youtube.com/Tool to Play and subscribe and check out our archived video content. Really? That's what you're putting up now? That's not a good plan.
Yeah. I was in this. I was fucking in this.
All right. Please rate and review the podcast in iTunes. Give us 5 stars. And if you got an extra 5 seconds, write a little something nice about us. Show's awesome. Love you guys. You're the best. I love Hit's Flash shirt. He looks so sick. Where did his hair go? They have lots of questions, but yeah, go there and give us 5 stars and write a little something nice.
Spoiler alert, I shave it. Oh. Spoilers.
He shaves what's left. We have a Discord channel where you can come and interact with the show, give us stories you want us to talk about, just talk to us directly. It's almost like a private group chat with us. So if you love us, go to tooltoplay.com/SGG Discord. That is tooltoplay.com/SGG Discord. We also have a Mixer channel, mixer.com/Tool to Play. That's where we broadcast live. This show, we host everybody on this show's personal streams when we're streaming. It is definitely the place to watch our live video content. So go to mixer.com/tool2play and follow us there, and you'll be notified when we go live. Last but not least, I want to remind you all you can join us each and every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, mixer.com/tool2play. And on that, why don't we wrap this E3 recap episode up? I am Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Roger Hitman Roken.
I'm James Yacht Dog Yacht. I didn't get to pimp out my Mixer channel.
Oh,
yeah.
That's sorry. Yes, yeah, you guys pimp your own mixers, yeah.
Mixer.com says I6 Hitman. Follow me. I'll follow you back. We're a community.
We are a community. And if you get in good with us, we can you can be part of Watchtower teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna pimp your mixer or not? So we
Yeah,
can end the show.
Yes.
speed it up here. Jesus.
Mixer.com/YachtDog7.
Mixer.com/Derek Nolan. Oh my God, it's E3 and no one's here because the show is dead.